How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about Lamentation issue number 2. This is written by Cullen Bunn and put out by Oni Press, and is actually, as we can see on the front, 48 pages of fear. So this series, rather than doing them in 6 small issues as always, we're getting 3 mega issues to cover this whole plot, and I think that's a pretty cool idea, you know, not as long to get through the whole thing, getting them in bigger chunks. It's about a play, mirroring a play's 3-act structure. Overall, I really do like this setup. The idea that these characters are stuck in a stage play world, and the events of the play mirror what's going on for them. It's a super interesting concept, and issue 2, I mean, this is the middle part. You know, this is act 2 of 3. You know, it's not the setup, and it's not the big teardown. It's how does life proceed in the middle, and we do get some fun revelations. A little peek at what's going on outside of the theater. Super interesting stuff. A look around the back rooms of this theater. Interesting things as well. And a few things to reiterate, that these characters are definitely not safe, and their fates are, let's just say, pretty dark if they fall. And I do like all this stuff going on, going through and really exploring the concept, you know? When you talk about we're trapped in this location and there's all these strange and mysterious rules, it's the reader's inclination to go through and kind of want to say, what if they did this? What if they did that? And of course you can't explore every possibility, but there are some good revelations and some good ideas tested out here. How do they get out of the theater for a second? It's an interesting and logical idea. And, you know, I'll show you guys a little bit more in a second, but I do want to say this is the issue that really fully explores the concept, a lot of cool things going on, and with only one more issue, I am really curious how this all plays out in the end. So overall, I like it as always. I mean, I'm a huge stage nerd. Back when I was in high school, I used to build sets for the plays and stuff, so I just think this book's really cool. Anyway, without further ado, we'll do a little bit of a deeper analysis. I'm going to switch to the close-up camera, show you guys a little bit more of the story, a little bit more of the art. I won't do any major spoilers, but I do want to take a moment for deeper analysis. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle, taking a closer look at Lamentation number 2 from Oni Press. Now you can see up here that this is $6.99, which is, yeah, more than your standard comic, but 48 pages of fear. So it's over twice as long as your standard comic as well. So if you were to divide that in half, it would only be $3.50. So a totally fair price for what is essentially 2 issues packed into one. I do really love this cover. The purple and yellow motif. Art school students, we know, complementary colors, but a big puppet looming over here, a bit of the stage atmosphere. Now, it's not exactly a big puppet, but there is a setting in here that does kind of mimic that. Now, if we crack the book open, which I should be able to do easy, there we go, we get to see that Cullen Bunn is the writer, and it is illustrated by Arjuna Susini. Now, there is no previously on, unfortunately, but I feel that having 2 issues, essentially, really 1, but double length, coming out only a month ago, you don't need it as much as some other comics, so while I would prefer to have it, it's not super essential in this case. And I do like that every issue is going to have a playbook-style act break. We get the poison, and we get Act 2. So I really hope they preserve those for the eventual graphic novel release, because that is pretty fun. But we open up right in the center of the action. You see one of her co-stars, who's playing one of the sisters, is going to blame her for the recent suicide that happened before she even got here. You know, that girl killed herself, and now you're in the play? I think you have something to do with this. She totally doesn't, but yeah, you can see how someone who's been trapped here for a while, suddenly going through this major change, yeah, you can see how she might think that. And, you know, I said it wasn't exactly a puppet. Well, we're wandering into the mask room. And, yeah, not a great situation. Now, it does, as with last issue, go into the world of the stage play, and we can see little differences, you know. So here we see, instead of all those strings from the mask, it's all these vines, and the vines are attacking her, which works in a fanciful world, but I wonder how a play crew could have done that. But anyway, rather than a direct attack, we see that in the parallel world, the sister decides to try to poison her other sister. In the play world, she knows that the prince wants her, and she wants to be married to a prince, so time to do some poisoning. And again, drawing parallels between both realities, it's going to be the prince that saves her each time. In the real world, it's a much more direct confrontation, and in the play world, the prince is going to somehow magically switch the tea glasses, which is going to result in the other sister accidentally poisoning herself instead. So in both worlds, we're one sister down, and we get a pretty gnarly neck snap there. So yeah, another death. We really are setting up these characters are not safe. However, of course, the director lady wants the show to go on, and, you know, something that you really should have expected, but yeah, is a little bit shocking. Turns out there was another ad in the papers, and now we get this new girl, Kylie, showing up to play the new version of the sister. And luckily, and I really do like this, they think of something pretty clever. The main girl says, "We've got to go for the door." And they do, but oh man, the outside world is covered in spirits. The theater didn't look really good before, but when you're in kind of a Silent Hill territory, yeah, no, let's stay inside the theater, even if this door is going to lock after us. And this guy goes, you think we didn't try something like that before? And you wonder how long they've been here, how many actors and actresses and crew members they've gone through, and it really is pretty interesting. And I do like this guy starts to talk to her a bit more and says, look, this place kind of lulls you into complacency. Before it's too late for you, help us out. And I don't want to spoil, but they do explore the back rooms, and what they find there is a really interesting concept. And another thing I don't want to spoil, but I will say, the ending of this book is a big, major revelation, and makes me go, oh wow, the next issue, things are going to really pop off, and I'm wondering how this is all going to end. And that's really what good, you know, serialized books, you know, continuing the same story should do, is make you really want to read the next one. And I really do. So I'm super excited for the finale. A lot of exploration done in this issue, and the book's strengths of comparing and contrasting the fictional world to reality, and then just this crazy messed up reality trapped in a theater. You know, it does its strengths really well. And if Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 is birth, life, and death, this section is done really well, and I can't wait for Act 3. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Cullen Bunn playlist, where you can find my review for Lamentation Issue 1, as well as a bunch of other cool Cullen Bunn stuff, like Parasomnia, Harrow County Issue Volume 1, The Unsound. I've talked about a lot of Cullen Bunn. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.